Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from AnthonysCustoms, and for this review, we are going to be looking at the Dragon Ball Z Figurized Standard Super Saiyan Trunks, which is one I know a lot of people are excited about. Trunks is a super popular character in Dragon Ball, so it's always a good thing to look at a figure for him. We've got a few now from the SH Figure Arts line, and now we have the model kit version, and it's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands, let's say, to the top of his head, a little bit over 15 centimeters, and to the top of the hair, closer to 17.5. And that's going to make him just about 6 to the top of the head and almost 7 to the top of the hair. And for those of you that aren't sure, these are nowhere near in scale with your SH Figure Arts. They're not really interchangeable at all. You can see how much larger Trunks is than Goku, and that is definitely not accurate. So let's not be concerned about that. This is not meant to be a substitute for the action figure line. These are model kits, so you have to want to build a model kit in order to get these. And then they do turn into something like an action figure at the end, so that's a pretty good situation. Now, before we get into anything else, let's go ahead and talk about the accessories. We do have the Super Saiyan head and the normal purple-haired head. The Super Saiyan head has a yelling face and a stern face, and then the purple-haired head just has the stern face, which I think is fine. We have a few different options for the hands. We have fist hands for either side. We have let's call them action hands for either side. We have gripping hands for either side, which would be very useful for sword poses and also for putting him in his time machine. And then lastly, we do have one sword holding hand for the right side. We have his sword, of course, which I'm just going to show you rather than actually just post a photo. And it does go around his chest like you would expect with the strap on there. And all you have to do is unpeg it right here. Be very careful because the strap is a very thin plastic, so you want to unpeg it from right there. It's not a hard thing to do, you just have to make sure you grab it carefully. And you can also unpeg it from the top if you want to, but I think it's easiest to get it from down there. So you can take that off if you want, and then the sword does come out if you want it to. The sword is unfortunately just solid white plastic, so it's probably the only thing on any of these figures, at least that I've seen so far, that actually does need something. Because you don't obviously want just a solid white sword, but it is a model kit, so that's pretty much comes with the territory. So moving on, we do have two different blast effects. We have a longer one, and then we have a shorter, fatter one, which is really cool looking. So I like that. We do have an upright, which has adjustable height and a hinge in it. And then we do also get a clear clip, which can be used for various stands to hold the figures up for like a jumping pose or something like that. So as I mentioned, these are model kits, so there's no paint anywhere. Any details you see that are colored are just stickers. So the belt right here is a sticker. These straps back here are stickers. This buckle up here is a sticker. And his Capsule Corp logo is a sticker. I think that's it, other than his yelling mouth has a sticker for the tongue in there. But I think that's fine. I mean, it's really enough. And if you don't want to paint it or don't have the ability to, I mean, it looks pretty good. I think it's fine. There's really no need for paint. They do a good job giving you a variety of different colors in the molded parts, so everything pretty much looks as it should, just without shading or any high-level detail. So it's pretty good. And then the plastic is all kind of just this, let's say, satin finish, except for the Super Saiyan hair, which is a really nice kind of pearly plastic. I like that a whole bunch. Let's run the articulation, because they do turn into, as you can see, action figures by the time you're done building them, and they have decent articulation, so that's pretty cool. It's technically a double ball peg for the top of the neck for the head, but it functions like a single ball peg. And then the neck is on a hinge or a pivot, so you can move the head forward and back. You can lean the head side to side, rotate it around. Pretty much anything you need to do, you can get it done, so that's pretty cool. For the shoulders, we do have a butterfly joint that comes out that way. This top piece right here, above the shoulder, let me zoom in so you can see that a little bit. This guy right here is on a hinge, so he will move up and down. It doesn't really serve that much of a purpose because you can't really raise the arm any higher than that anyway, but this is on a hinge, so that's kind of a cool feature. Then the arm connects to the butterfly on a ball peg and then a hinge, pretty much like your standard action figure articulation. And it works nicely. I mean, there's really no issue here. We have good range all the way around. You can even bring the arm across the chest a little bit, so that's pretty good. I think they did a nice job there. We don't really have a bicep swivel, but we do get one down here at the elbow, which I think is good. And then you also have your elbow hinge, which does get a little clunky looking on the inside, but you get decent range. And yeah, it doesn't look so great on the outside either. Slightly better, but it's not the best looking joint, but it is functional. And then each of the hands have just a ball peg on them, which you already saw, so that's how they're connected to the wrist. For the torso, it's essentially just a ball peg. You get that kind of range. It's not the best looking in the world. There's a little bit of gapping in there, but and it doesn't give you really the best range. It's mostly going to be just for rotation. And then for the lower torso, it's another ball peg, which seats really nicely in there, and you can kind of pull it up and get more range, and then you get really crazy good range out of it. Otherwise, it's going to be mostly a swivel. So it's not too bad. Not the best, though. Now for the hips, so how these work is we have kind of a complex system, but we have I'll just talk about functionality, not how it's actually put together. We have a drop-down hinge, or a hinged ball peg for the crotch, just like your figure arts, so you can drop the legs down for increased range. And then we have a hinge going this way, and we can rotate it around on a peg this way. And then of course you have your ball peg where the hip socket connects. So you can get pretty good range out of these guys. I mean, pretty much full on splits, that's no problem. You can bring the leg pretty much straight forward without too much rotation. So that's really good too. Really nice range on these guys. They can get a little clunky, as you can see inside the joints, but really, really good range. So that's pretty awesome. And then the swivel works really nicely as well. For the knees, really, really great knees, guys. I don't know why we can't get knees like this on the figure arts. I don't get it. Look at this. Look at this. It's one single hinge. Look at that. Better than 90 degrees, and it's not ugly. Why can't we get that? It's such a simple design. It's so good. It's so good. There's no reason this can't function on a figure arts figure. It's such an easy, simple design. One single joint. All you have to do is have this part of the pants tuck in down here. It looks good straight, no problem at all. And then bent, no problem at all. Better than 90 degrees, not an ugly joint. It's such a good design. I don't understand why we can't get that. We do have a shin swivel at the top of the boot, and then for the foot, it's an extending ball peg, so you get very little range like this, but you can drop it down and then move it around quite a bit more, which obviously will reveal the ball peg, but you do get really nice range in pretty much every direction. So yeah, this guy's a really solid figure. The only real gripe I have is the torso is pretty limited. So really, really solid figure. I definitely recommend it if you're interested in putting a kit together. This is a great option. And as a bonus, let me see if I can reach it over here. Not really so much a bonus as it is an announcement. I will be doing a very, well, let's say fairly large giveaway very soon. And in that giveaway, I will be including this set, which features Trunks and Vegeta, the Figure Ice kits, but it's a slightly different color version, and then do come with stands, and it's a 2-pack. So that will be included in my giveaway that I'm doing very soon. So keep an eye out for that announcement video. It's not out there yet though, so don't worry. You're gonna have time and plenty of announcements before that happens, but it should be happening around Thanksgiving time is when it's gonna start. So that's pretty soon. So there it is, guys. I definitely recommend it. Check it out. These guys are awesome. And thanks to Bandai Namco for sending me these review samples so that you guys can see them. I'm very happy to show them to you because it's a really cool figure. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And in the meantime, keep collecting.